Yes, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our evening call. 7 minutes, of course, that's the hour. I see we are 5 in the room. Of course, we can start our lecture, and when some other people come, we'll be welcoming them as they attend. So these days we have to be, of course, to follow time, and we manage our time properly so that we can use our time. And of course, we come to the end with time. So allow me to welcome senior lecturer to go on with the lecture. Today's lecture is the lecture 9. That, of course, I believe that you are going through them via recording. That can help you, of course, to grasp the concept. That will enable you in the future, of course, to help others. Thank you, senior lecturer. You're welcome. Can you hear me, sir?
All right. Yes. All right. Thank you for the introduction and also for keeping the series of lecture so that the people will be in a position to follow. There are 5 people, although one person is still struggling to put the microphone on. Yes, that is okay. So we are now 5, and probably 1 or 2 others will be joining. Yes, you're welcome for the lecture for our evening now for the series of discussions that we are holding. We are now thinking in terms of helping those who are relatively new so that they can benefit from this arrangement of our lecture and so that they can have some kind of standard that they will be in a position to follow. How are we moving? At least we have been moving slowly and slowly, and yet very surely. We have been moving slowly and slowly, but at least we have moved quite well. We started our group discussion, our discussion here, from a moment of time when we actually were only thinking in terms of the basics for the beginners, where we started and saying that there are certain steps someone has got to follow. If you have to train a person until the person will become now a person who is capable of trading, and trading, we have said, is covered in the step number 6, we had indicated that for a person to reach that level, you will have to go through a series of lecture and lessons to prepare such a person. Someone can help to admit those ones who are coming in so that at least there will not be much interruption on my side. So we started from there where we said that yes, okay, let me see if I can handle that one. No, I think it is okay. So we started from there where we said, yes, you will start by helping a person so that the person can be able to create an account with Binance. We said account with Binance is like the beginning point. After that, the person will go to Royal Queue. We explained this. And then we said, if a person has finished creating Binance, a person has finished creating an account with a Royal Queue, you need to train the person so that the person will be able to buy coin, cryptocurrency. And the cryptocurrency that we want to teach them so that they are capable of buying is, first of all, to start with, USDT. Depending on the country, there are specific methods of buying the cryptocurrency. When the person has learned now to buy the cryptocurrency, those are like 3 skills done. 3 very important skills are already given to the newcomer, and the newcomer becomes conversant. By the way, you need to learn all these skills. When the person has managed now and has understood how to buy cryptocurrency, especially USDT, depending on your country, then you go to the step number 4. It means the person can now move and begin to activating the robot. So a person will be in a position now to move and activate the royal queue so that the robot is activated. When the person has finished activating the robot, then you go now to the application programming interface binding, API binding. API binding is a way of helping the robot to communicate with the Binance account. You have the robot account, you have the Binance account. So for a person to have a robot that works, the two software should be able to communicate using the application programming interface binding, the API binding. That is the time when now a person will be ready to begin learning the trade settings. The trade settings that we are teaching now are actually assuming that you have helped the downline, and the downline has finished the 5 steps to begin with. So that is it. Then we said that if you have come and you have finished the 5 steps and you are now in the step number 6, which is trade setting using the robot, because the robot is actually there available indeed for you, yes, but the robot is waiting for you to give the instruction. Like what? Like, to start with, you have to show the robot the kind of currency you are interested in trading. And for beginners, we have already mentioned, and of course we are only repeating to build on that. We have mentioned that these are the 3 and only 3 currencies we prefer for a beginner. Stress-free. It does not bring you a lot of problems. If you are set and you are ready and you have chosen those coins, then now you have to see how you have to spend your capital. You manage your capital by showing which coin takes what, which coin takes what, and which coin takes what amount. We have started by showing that you can trade when you have an amount of 150 USDT as your capital. But then we also showed, and even this morning, that sometimes you have only 100. It is okay. No, that was yesterday, or that was a few days ago, the last week. We have said sometimes you may not even have the full 150. You probably have only 100. Then we also showed you that. Then today we went ahead and said, what if you have 200? And then we have noticed that for those who have 200, sometimes they may think of using it as 100 there for the first coin and then another 100 for the second coin. That one is okay. It means that you are basically using the setting of 100. Although your capital would be 200, but one coin is booked to trade using 100. The other coin is also booked to trade with 100. And so you will use 100 setting, although the capital is 200. On the other hand, if you feel like you want to use the entire 100 to trade just one coin, then we went ahead to show you this morning the kind of setting that you will use if you need to trade with 200 and you need to use it all for trading only one currency. We demonstrated it to you. And I think in the interest of time, we may not proceed and we may not go back to the 200. Let us just say that what if instead you have to continue, yes, to do your trading, but this time you are interested in trading with a capital of 250 USDT. That is what you have. And then with 250, by the way, you can trade one coin with 150, and then you can trade yet the second coin with 100. Okay, you can trade one coin with 150, and you can trade the second coin with 100. That one is a possible option that you can choose to do. If you have got 250, you can trade 150 for one coin and then 100 for the other coin. That one is a possibility. But if you don't like that, fine. You can decide that with the full 250, I'm going to deploy it using it all to trade just one coin. I will not want to separate and split. And that is just okay. That is just okay. And you can proceed with that. So suppose this is your option and you want to use the full 250. What do you do? Okay, with the 250, now you have chosen one of those three coins that we want to trade. How do you do the trade setting? Remember, all along, we have said that you should know that with any level of capital, you should adjust your setting. And yet, you should have your setting quite standard so that you can help newcomers, so that you can help new friends. You should use the 250 in a standard format so that if your student is approaching me because you are not on the internet, I will help the student the very same way. If the student is getting any problem with the trade setting, I can help the student because we understand the standard that we have chosen. Or if you yourself are also going to teach a newcomer, it will be easier for you if you have some set standard. Someone can help for those who are coming in to join. I don't know, someone has been trying and trying and trying several times, as if it is the same person, but I think it is okay. I think it is okay. They will always be able to come in. Okay, so let us go back now and we say you are thinking of 250 USDT and you want to use it for only one coin. What did we say, by the way, with the level of capital? We had said that if you have only 100 or if you have only 150, you must start using the first amount to buy and test the market is only 10. Remove only 10 if your level of capital is that small. That is what we emphasized last week because that is a small budget, a small budget. That is a small budget. And with your 100, your target is to follow the market, follow the market. As it goes down, you will be able to follow the market. As it goes down, you will be able to follow the market. And you can do your trade setting carefully so that even if the price of the coin is to drop by 24%, your trade setting will help you to do the trade. If the coin fails to drop by 24%, that is even better. It means that your capital is able to cover the range for the trade. What about for 150? We have suggested that you should move very, very carefully and use our standard setting that we have given you. If you do that, then you will be able to move up to 40% even if the coin has dropped and dropped and dropped in price, has continued to drop and drop and drop in price over a period of time. And the drop has gone down up to 40% downwards. You will still be able to use your 150. That is the basic idea. So what is it? Pick only 10 at a time. Pick only 10 at a time. That was the call we made. For those who are on tight budget, the capital they have is very small. Pick only 10. Don't go and pick something quite big. Pick only 10 at a time. However, this morning, when we went to 200, then we have said from 200 onwards. Now, if you are picking for the first time, pick $15 because at least you have a reasonable size. But then as you now continue to buying when the price of the currency is falling, we have said, don't spend 15 now. Spend only 10, only 10, only 10. If it is dropping downwards, spend only 10. But to start with, the first buy-in amount has got to be 15. If your capital reaches 200, start with 15. However, if the currency price is now dropping, don't pick 15, pick only 10 and 10 and 10 at a time. So what would you expect? Now we are talking of 250. So in that kind of general principle that you have understood now, it means we are going to pay 15 USDT because that amount is fairly okay. A person new and coming to trade with a 250 has made a great sacrifice to have that level of capital. And the person has gone beyond the ordinary. So the first amount to use for testing the market can be reasonable, 15. So that now you will remain with 235 if the subtraction is correct. The 235, you will be using it if the price happens to go down. And once again, you will pick only 10. The price goes down further, you have to pick only 10. The price continues to move downwards, you have to pick only 10 and only 10 and only 10. What about the length of the price drop? Well, we are going to the Royal Queue itself to show you the distance you have got to wait in order to start adding more stock when the price is dropping. What distance? We have said already the amount you are going to use for addition is the amount of 10 and 10 and 10. No longer the amount of 15. 15 is only for testing the market to see the direction. If the market is going upwards, you will eat the profit when the currency is bought with $15. If it is moving downwards, you will add more stock, but using only 10 to preserve that money so that it wouldn't go away, so that it wouldn't run out. So let me now get off here and I proceed to share the screen proper with Royal Queue instead. So I go now to the Royal Queue. Where is my Royal Queue? It is available here. It is the robot I will be using to show the trade setting. It is the robot I am going to use to show the trade setting. So I click Royal Queue and then we go in. We are trading, assuming the person is a newcomer who is not going to be trading, probably using the alternative currencies. Alternative currencies we always use are Bitcoin or Ethereum as the capital for trade. But we are assuming a situation where the newcomer is only trading USDT because they are not very conversant. They are just beginning traders, setting the robots to trade, yes, but using USDT. Okay, so let us now see. As I have always said, that for me, I'm already trading those currencies. If I go to strategy here, you will see that the currencies I am already trading are the currencies we have said the newcomers should be trading. They are already here and I am already trading them. So it means that if I have got to buy, it will be any of these currencies the robot will be buying. And I am trading all the three of them. I'm trading all the three of them, meaning that there is a certain budget for this one, there is another budget for this one, there is another budget for this one, and the robot is capable of trading all three at the same time. One is bought, another one is being sold, this one is being sold, the other one is probably being bought, etc., etc. So what am I trying to drive at? What I'm trying to say is that since I am already trading this, it will not be very good actually to again show you how to do the trade setting when I have already finished with the trade setting. I would rather go and leave these currencies and go to the home page so that we pick another currency instead of these three, but just to demonstrate. So I leave the strategy, I go to the home page. There we go. And then I pick just any of the currencies for the purpose of demonstrating the trade setting. For the purpose of demonstrating the trade setting. Maybe I pick this one here called OMG. It's almost like we are saying, oh my God. Of course, sometimes people say OMG means oh my God. But in this case, the name of the currency is different. It doesn't mean that it is called oh my God, no? It is just OMG by coincidence. So let me open OMG for the purpose of demonstrating. OMG is now here. It is picked. When you have picked it, then as we have said repeatedly, you come down and you click to indicate you want to create the trade. You want to start creating your trade. So you click create. You come here, the robot expects that you are going to choose either this or this. In our case, we have said, don't choose this one. Instead, choose this one. If you choose it, then they will allow you now to go on to create. At the moment, they cannot allow you. You can see that this area is still gray, meaning they will not accept you to go in. First, you have got to choose. So what are we going to do? What we are going to do, we have said already, we are going to select this one, then we create, okay? So we go for martingale, then create. When you go for martingale, there are two options. There are two alternatives. There are two alternatives, okay? there are two alternative things that you can do when you go for martingale. You can actually pick and do the trade using what somebody has already done, and that will run automatically. But that is not very good. We go for the alternative. They normally say that you can choose so that you can run and trade automatic. That is not very good. We go for the alternative. Why? Because we want you to set your own. This will be able to allow you so that it is more flexible because sometimes you want to set for 100. At times you want to set for 150. At times you want to set for 200. This time around, you are aiming at 250. And this is flexible because the first one is different, this one is different, this one is different, and this current one is different. So we are coming here because we want to choose what is more flexible so that you do your own. And how do we go about it? We now click next. So I come and I click next. When we click next, now they continue to show us that the currency is still there. The currency you have decided you want to trade. So when we come here, how do we go to set the trade? Well, you come from the currency to this bottom screen on the left side where they have indicated trade setting. That is what you click, trade setting. You go to trade setting. At least now you are familiar. For those who have been attending regularly, you are becoming familiar because we'll be repeating that. And then when we have come here, for those who have been attending regularly, we have said these things you are not able to change unless you tell the robot you are interested in changing. Then the robot gives you the chance to change. How do you ask? We have said you go and ask the robot that you want to edit. That pencil is to tell the robot that you want to edit. In the past, they would even put the word edit. But I think as time goes by, they are finding it difficult because if you have to use the word edit in French, edit in English, edit in Chinese, edit in what language? Edit in German, edit in Japanese language. It would mean that this thing alone, you have to spend a big duration of time to translate. So to solve the problem of translation, that is why in the computer, they normally just use an icon. It is like traffic road signs. A Chinese comes to Rwanda and just reads the traffic road signs without need for a translator. Why? Because it is written in signs. And then a Rwandese moves to Juba or even to Cairo, maybe United Arab Emirates, where people speak Arabic or Arabic. They don't worry because the road signs are in terms of image, in terms of icons. So we go anyway to the edit and we click. After that, then we come to the reality of adjusting what we want. The first time you are picking the money to buy, what is the amount? We have said the amount you have to use has to be 15. Why? Because we have 250. Even if we had 200, we would first pick 15. So we remove the 0, we type the 5 so that we have 15 as the first amount to start buying. With our 250, If we remove 15, we have said the balance left would be 235. This time, this remainder, we are to pick by only 10 and 10 and 10 and 10. In fact, it should have been possible for us to pick 10, 10, 10, 23 times. 23 times. And in fact, we can even set it to be 23 times with the hope that the 555 may be able to take care of the decimal places. The decimal places. The hope that the 555 can be able to take for us the decimal places. What do we mean by the decimal place? We have said that we will be interested in picking 10, 10, 10. Then in our morning session, we have said that when we get into the margin configuration inside there, we will show the percent of the downward drop of price, and then we have to show the amount we are going to pick. But because we are not going to use 15, we will tell the robot that pick only 0.67 fraction of the 15. And by calculation, if you pick only 0.677 of the 15, in mathematics, we say 0.67 of 15 is as if to say 0.67 times 15. That is to say 0.67 of as the fraction of 15 is as if to say 0.67 times 15, meaning that you are actually not going to pick exactly 10. It will be slightly more. If you think that, no, let me try 0.66, then it will again not be 10. It will be 9.9. And 9.9 is not acceptable for the trade. At least let it go above 10. That is why we put it that we are going to use 0.67 of 15. So that is it. So all the same, although we would be left with only 235, all the same we can say, well, let us all the same try to put 23. So we remove the 14 or whatever you find there, and we put 23. This is how to spend the remaining 235. 10, 10, 10, actually 10.05, 10.05, 10.05. We can put 23. Good. Next, the profit. What did we say about the profit? We have said if your budget is from 200 and more, in this case, specifically, we are talking of 250, you can ask for a better profit because you are not like a seller selling in a small kiosk. You are graduating to become a seller with better capital. So instead of 1.1, we put 1.3. Then the callback, in case the price has shot and the price is threatening to reverse, and you have to take your profit without too much reversing. The reversing should be short. The reversing should be short. We have said that one is called the callback. Or if the price was dropping and you were already almost ready to buy, but the price has continued to fall, you have to allow the robot to continue. But the robot must be alerted that if the price has stopped moving down, instead the price is reversing, going up, how far should it move? Remember, you are losing the chance to buy the currency when it is cheap. The price of the currency is beginning to climb. That one, we refer to it as the callback. The callback for buying. So the buying has to take back. The callback or the the reversing of the price should be small. If you want to take your profit and the price was already going up, the reversing of the profit should be small. This is the reversing of the profit. So this is the reversing of the profit. It has to be small. The robot should sell. This is the reversing when you want to buy a big quantity and the reversing is already beginning to take effect. The reversing should be small. So for all the three callbacks, we have said we will put 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1 for the callback. So everywhere there is a callback, we don't want the callback to be big because that is losing your chance of taking advantage of the price. So that is what we suggested. And these ones apply for all the trades, even if you have 100, even if you have 150, or even if you have 200, even if your capital is 250, this one applies for all. This one's apply for all. So that is it. Now, next, what about the 23 margin calls? The 23 margin call, how deep should it fall and what quantity should we pick? You have to tell the robot. So the margin calls are 23. We have to tell the robot how the margins are to be handled. So what do? We click here. When we click there, we have the 23 here, the 23 margin calls, the 23 margin calls. Now you have to be very alert so that you copy it well if you have a handbook or a notebook. Maybe this time I will start from the right-hand side. I used to start from the left here. This time around, I am going to begin with the right-hand side, which is how much you are going to buy. You are buying in which ratio? You are buying in which ratio? You are buying in which ratio? And then we have said that the first time we are buying, we had said we will use 15. The next time we are buying, we have said we will use only 10. So what is the ratio? We have said that you will say that we want to pick only 0.67 of the 15 in order to end up with about 10, which in accurate measurement is actually 10.05, 10.05. So to tell the robot that I want you to pick 10.05, you have to say here that pick only 0.67 fraction of the original buy-in. That is why we say 0.67 times the original buy-in. Then again, 0.67 times the original buy-in, 0.67, 0.67. I can type 0.67 or I can simply type 0.67. In mathematics, the two are the same. If I start with 0.67, the robot is built by mathematicians. They know it is the same as 0.67. I can type 0.67. I can type 0.67. It's the same. It's the very same thing, just put in two different ways. In fact, later on, you will even discover that even in places where I did not put the 0 point, I just started with 0.67, the robot will put the 0 and then followed by the point. So I can just type the 0.67, the 0.67 for the purpose of speed, and also to show you that there are alternative ways of expressing the same thing in mathematics. In mathematics, there can be many ways of expressing the same thing. It is just okay to put 0.67. All the 23 of them are 0.67, or you can type it as 0.67. It is the same. So we have shown that each time there is a price drop, use 10.05. That is how we are describing. That is how we are describing $10.05 is indicated as 0.67 of or 0.67 times the original buy-in. The first buy-in was 15. Next, we come to how the price should drop. Then we buy. How the price should drop, then we buy. Okay, this one you have to pay attention and you have to follow correctly. How do we put it? The first 16 of them, we have to put 1% drop, 1% drop, 1% drop, 16 times. The first 16 additional buying, there must be a drop of 1%. There must be a drop of 1%. The first 16 of them. So those are 16 margin calls. The first 16 margin calls, it must be that each time, first, there has to be a drop of 1%. Then the robot should buy. If the drop has not yet gone by 1% from the next buying, from the last buying, if it has not yet dropped by 1%, the robot should wait so that the money does not run out, so that the money does not get finished. So up to number 16, we have to tell the robot to wait and see if there is a drop of 1%, then it will buy. After it has bought, again, it has to start counting and wait. There must be a drop of 1%. Then it has to buy. Next, like that. Next, like that. What about from number 17? From number 17 onwards, we change because we fear the money should not run out. Remember, we are targeting to go only to margin call number 23. So to go and not waste much of the money in a great speed, the rest have to be 66666%. The rest from number 17. Interestingly, I had already typed in a previous setting the 6666, and so the 6666 are already available. So it means that the setting is okay. We don't need to remove and type again, remove and type again. No, the 666 are already available. Beginning from where? From number 17. Until it reaches where? Until it reaches the last one. The last one is margin call number 23. Of course, these people do not know very good English. Instead of saying 23rd call, they say 23rd call. Instead of saying 21st, they say 24th call, 22nd call. Of course, they do not understand English. They are basically scientists and programmers who learned in their other language. But good enough, they are helping us now to pick it in English. I don't know whether in Rwanda they have put it correctly because they use French also. So you can check. So these errors should not mean a big thing because they have the understanding of programming, but they are just struggling with English also. When you're finished, you confirm. You press that you want to confirm. This will be stored. What is remaining next? What is remaining next is that we have situation where we are selling wholesale. We have situation where we are selling fraction, subset, sub position. You can sell the whole position. You can sell the sub position. The sub position is when you have reached margin call number 5. From the 23, you will only start sub position when you have reached margin call number 25. So we have to come and tell the robot that when you have reached margin call number 5, we want you to behave like this, to behave with regards to taking the profit. Since we have said that for the first 4, when it is selling as whole position, we want a profit of 1.3. We will also continue and say that also for number 5 onwards, profits of 1.3 is okay, except when we have gone to number 17, which is a big jump. Then we have to tell the robot what to do. So we go there and we click. And then when you click, you have to tell the robot that for number 5, which is the first time of distributed allocation or subposition, for those subposition beginning from number 5, we want the same profit of 1.3, because for a budget capital that takes us up to 200 or more, we will want to behave like bigger traders. The profit now has to be big. We want to behave like bigger traders. The profits now have to be big. Then when we have reached number 16, you have to stop there. This is where we were saying that drop by 1% buy, drop by 1% buy, drop by 1% buy. But from number 17, we have said drop by 6%, drop by 6%. So since we will be dropping by 6% and we are buying, it means that we are going to buy much less. We are going to buy not very frequently. The jump is big and the jump is big. When the jump is big, we will want to ask for bigger profit of 2%, 2%, 2%. So from number 17, we are going to jump by 6%. So we should ask for a profit of 2%. The justification or the logic is that you have jumped too many percent. But if you have bought something, at least you should gain a better quantity from it. So number 17 to 23, 2%, 2% each. When you have finished, you tell the robot you have to confirm. This has to be stored. So confirm will make the robot store. We have now finished everything that we want to do here. So we have to go back and say, as far as editing is concerned, we have finished. As far as editing here is concerned, we have finished. Now, save what we have edited and return the pen in its place. So you click there and it will ask you if you are now okay, and it should save what you have done. You click here to confirm so that the robot will save. You click the confirm button and then the robot will save. The robot will store what you have told the robot to do. Then we have said, when you come here, just like we have already explained, but repeatedly, we have said that this situation where you have said that number 1, 2, 3, 4, you are going to sell wholesale. Number 5, 6, 7, you are going to sell retail. You have to tell the robot also from here so that the robot is aware. We have illustrated in the morning that it is like you are selling a bull. If you want to sell a bull, you can decide that you will sell the whole bull. Someone will tie the bull and will go with the bull walking, alive, everything sold as whole. But someone can say that this is going to take time. Although it is sweet to have the money at once, what if you open the bull, you skin it, you remove the skin, you remain with the meat, and then you begin to sell the meat. 4 kilos, 3 kilos, 7 kilos, 11 kilos, 2 kilos, 1.25, a half, and so on. It could even make you see money much faster. And so we have to tell the robot our intention. Do we want the full bull whole, or do we want to sell sub position, fraction of the body of the bull? It is here. You click strategy mode, and in the strategy mode, you have to decide if you want fraction and fraction of the meat to go, or the whole bull to sell at once. If you click that you want the whole bull to sell at once, you click here, then that blue is going to move up there, like here, like now, that. And if you confirm like that, they will close, and they will tell you that you are going to sell the entire bull at once. Do you see? They have now closed the box, meaning they are going to sell the bull, entire bull, without opening. But if I go there and click again in the trade strategy mode, and I tell the robot, sorry, the screen is going off. Let me pull it, and then let me bring it back in. Sorry, the screen has gone. Let me come and bring it back in patiently. Be patient, yes. If we come here, and instead we tell the robot either here or here, but we prefer to come here to the lower one. Oh, the trade is really moving. The market is moving at terrible speed. The market is really moving very much. If we come and select this one, this is better, because at the exact time a trade has occurred, at that real time, they will give you the settlement. It is as if they are saying that they will give you the payment. They will show you the payment. The robot will show you the payment. It will be like balancing, showing you the payment, showing you the payment at the correct time, at the exact time. But this one here, although the robot will take and sell piece, take and sell piece because it is sub-bin, but the robot will keep the record until when all the meat is sold. And so it can take you up to the following day when you are not seeing the record, but all the same, it is selling fraction by fraction because it is still sub-bin. If you want to see every time anything is sold, then ask that you want to see in the real time when it is sold. They should show you the settlement. In other words, they should balance and show you what is remaining, and so on in the record. So what do? What we are saying is select this one. They will not only open the bull and sell the bull as retail, but they will also give you the record each time 1 kilo is sold, half kilo is sold, half kilo is sold. The market is really running. Ooh, the market is really running. This is a sign that the market is really moving very fast. Anyway, so that is it. When you're finished with all that, you have finished the setting, you have told the robot everything you want the robot to do. The only thing now is to tell the robot that I am now ready. This currency, pick my $15, start buying. You click here to tell the robot that I have told you now everything, follow it, pick my first $15 from the 250, buy the first one, and begin the trade. So you click down there. When you click, they will first of all give you plenty of things to read. Don't worry and don't even bother wasting your energy to read. It is just like those things in the bank. When you are interested in taking an activity and you go to the bank, don't even bother to read. Just sign here, and proceed, unless it is an extreme case. So you simply say that I understand. You have brought this one, I understand, you click. Then they will take you to the serious level. This is now like signing. In this case, if I still proceed and I say create, they will pick the $15 for real, and they will use it to start the trade. Since I am in this case only demonstrating how to trade, I am not going to ask the robot to create. No. Instead, I will tell the robot that you cancel. I am not interested in trading. I was only showing the students. I can cancel from there or cancel from here. Both ones work. I can even cancel from here. It is okay. The X is to cancel. So I cancel. When I cancel, what happens? The settings have remained, except the first $15 that was supposed to be spent there and then. It has not been spent. That is the only difference. The first $15 that we had said, for the first time, pick it and start buying. That is the only thing the robot has decided. On my instruction of canceling, the robot realized that it does not mean it will have to pick the 15. Maybe I could set a setting of this sort, and then I go now to deposit the mobile money. And then when I have deposited the mobile money, I will only come later and click the start button. What does that mean, by the way? It means that if you are here on our platform and you are new, we can help you to do all the setting for your coin, BNB, the setting for your coin, Ethereum, maybe the setting for your coin, maybe Bitcoin, and so on. Then immediately you have put in your money, the only thing you are left with is to click the start button and to say that you have read the long message and to say it should go ahead and create. You don't cancel. It should go ahead and create. It will pick the first $15 as the first amount to be used. It will start buying and the trade has begun. So for those who do not have enough money, you can just play with this setting and play with this setting and play with this setting. There is no rule that says, please don't play with them, don't trade because you don't have the money. No, you can set this one, set this one, set this one just to play and to play. Only that you don't ask to trade. You don't ask to start. You can play around just like I have been playing around. It is perfect. It is part of your practice. And the more you will be able to do it, the better. You can copy and try the setting for 100, maybe with this coin. Then you can try, you open this one and you try the setting of 150. And then maybe you try this one here, the setting of 200 and so on. Then probably you run and look at this one here and you go and you try. What if I want a trade of 250? You can play with it. The only thing is when it goes to the start button, the blue start button, either you don't click, or if you have clicked on it, you don't go ahead to say create. You click and you cancel. If you don't like even to click, you can just leave the start button. You don't click. You will have learned a lot. That robot should become like a toy where you can play around with it. Instead, I would have loved to hear someone asking me that, oh, I went and played a lot. Now I have no understanding of what I have done. I am seeing something strange. At least it shows that you are playing with it. That is how you learn. You will not be able to learn except by going to practice. All of us in Uganda here, most of us, I should say, not all, most of us in Uganda here, we learned to ride bicycles of our parents when they did not even give us permission. You just wait when your parents have gone away, you pick the bicycle and you ride, you return. The following day, you pick the bicycle and you ride. They will just discover later that you already know how to ride a bicycle. Or maybe if you have spoiled, and when you have spoiled, then they get to understand that you were learning. So also, I want you to show me how your robot is spoiled. Then I know you are learning. If your robot is perfect, it means that you are not riding the robot. And that is why your robot is not getting spoiled. Show me the robot that has got spoiled because you were learning. That would be good. We will not get annoyed with you. We will help you and it will be a learning point. So otherwise, this is what we have planned for the evening session. A person has 250 USDT and the person has decided, I want to use the full amount for trade of one currency. That is what we have shown you. Otherwise, that is it. Thank you very much indeed. How many people all together now? At least I saw that a good number of people were in a position to attend. Yes, 10 people. 10 people, that is very good. Otherwise, thank you and thank you. I hand over now to our other senior mentor, Mr. John Paul Ramogema. Over to you, please. Thank you.
Thank you, our senior lecturer. Yes, the knowledge you get here today, it will make you different tomorrow from other people. Sometimes there are some people may neglect you because you are attending class. But when tomorrow they see you different, they will be saying, they will change the language. Last time when we started, there are some people who were saying, those things that you are doing, for us, whatever. We cannot waste our time doing those things. Today, they are no longer speaking the same language because we started joining it when we were somehow ordinary, and the life went on changing because of steps we are taking. And it starts from small step to another step to another step until you just make many strides to reach somewhere. That's why when we define development in our way, we say that development is not having the flat building, having television, having the suits and ties. We say that development is a step, daily step you make from one level to another, slowly by slowly. That is the real development until you reach your destination. But those who think that you can get up in the morning and you see yourself in the car driving, like those people who are always saying, hey, for me, I bought this car in this. Why do I need to tell you that I bought the car in this? That's not necessary. I don't need to play with your emotions. Even the car that I had even long time ago, like this one I'm sitting in, I come here and I tell people that this is a car I bought from Royal Q. No. Step by step, you make it. It's not about coming to become a millionaire one day. It requires better planning. You build, you start with the foundation, you make it, you keep going. And in this, you go through challenges, you go through some difficulties, you go through the ones who despise you, the ones who are ignoring you, but you keep moving. So I always tell people that myself, as a Rwandan, I have experience. Passing through genocide, surviving genocide, losing family members, almost staying alone in my family. But Resilience is something that made us come from that kind of catastrophic event. And now today, we are helping people around the world. When I talk about this, there are some people say, this one scammed me. I cannot forgive him. For us, we have even forgiven the ones who killed our people. We live together. We move together. Now, what I can tell you is, yes, our country starting from zero, people died, others fled the country. It was like there is nothing. But now, when you come to our country, I think you can see it different. Why? I want to talk about resilience. I want to talk about persistence. I want to talk about how you can change your life, how you can transform your life from your efforts, abilities, but even work with others. No man is an island. Whatever it may take, you need the people. Good enough, you have the ones to educate you freely. Look at skills you're learning, you are acquiring, and compare it with the children you send to school. Do they get for free? I think some of your parents, you have the children, you send them to school. Do they learn for free? If you have not paid the fees, they chase them away. They can't send them back to you. But here, you are gaining skills for free. Skills that can transform you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes, I believe you are ready. If you are not ready. If you are not ready, you would not be here. You are ready, but as you are ready, are you in action mode now? Your mentor can help you setting. You set. Sometimes you have money, you sit with money. Others are trading, others are helped to set this kind of money. For you, you wait that you will graduate here so that you can set. Do you know how much profit that person will have made? Quite good. This is how we started. This is how we help the people. They are the ones helping, they don't even know even how low it is. They are trading, they come, they keep saying this, we help them, we uplift them until they became the professionals. And now they are not only trading, but they are helping others to do the same as we did for them from the beginning. So go action mode. Don't say tomorrow, don't procrastinate. Start now and you change your life. Thank you so much, senior lecturer. This is great, important opportunity to all of us that we are acquiring skills, we are gaining knowledge, we are, of course, making it. And I believe that with time, you will be different from those who watch you learning. You will be different from those who are despising you, maybe. You will be far different from those ones who don't care. Because all of us, as we are here, we have other things we do. We have other things we do. But why did we choose to add this one? Because it is an opportunity. And those ones who don't have opportunity outside there are very many, quite many. Do you reach them? Reaching them and share them opportunity, it is not for vain. It can even build you and give you some, create for you wealth. Sometimes we talk about VIPs. Honestly speaking, any VIP 4, 5 who is in this loyal queue, this is a person who has achieved a rank of building traders under his link. Today, as we are talking, as he's sleeping, money is overflowing in his loyal queue account. Not only those ones, even us who are still on the lower rank, we experience this. Why? Because of those we have built. Having 100 people who are trading, I have 103 now myself who are activated. And these people, they are trading. And the ones who are not trading, of course, maybe some of them, it's a matter of maybe they are limited by capital, but their robots will not expire when they are not trading. Those ones are few, but they are looking for capital in Royal Queue, not looking for capital anywhere. They managed to activate robots, no capital, but Royal Queue has given you the way of getting capital. Any person you inform and he activates Royal Queue, you get $30. And there are some people who had target. If you have, you help 20 people to activate, get 20 people times $30. That's a capital. To someone who cannot have capital from anywhere, he doesn't even plan to get capital anywhere, but he managed to get activation. He gets a link, he gets skills, he shares information. There are some V6 today who have started without any capital, but they afford to get only money for activation. And from the skills, from knowledge and information they share, they are V6 today. They have thousands and millions of people who are trading under them, and they make thousands of dollars every day, even if they're sleeping. This is not exaggeration. This is the reality and the truth that is in the place. We are moving there. Myself, I have reached the VIP3, rank V3. We're moving there. That's why we work tirelessly to make it happen. So we wish you also to do the same so that we can move there. That's we will educate you, we'll give you skills. This education we're giving you is the same. You need to duplicate to the ones you will build. If you make it a choice, if you make it a concern, you will make it. Thank you so much. May God bless you all. We meet again. Okay, we are coming to the end. Unless there is someone who has a question, please, you may ask. No problem. You have been in class, you have gone through a lot, and do you have any question, please, you ask, and the lecturer can answer you before we leave. If there is no question, please, we can keep it here. And keep in mind what we are talking about here. Everything that we say here is valuable. When you give it value, it can make you reach where you want. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Have a good evening.